Chanudinan dharma sattan swarutam chamadaya kalina parinarajan nakhati ayu param smriti. Today we shall discuss about the prominent symptom of this age. This book, Srimad Bhagavatam, was written, not written practically, it was recorded. All Vedic literature, they are recorded from hearing or tradition of 5,000 years before. The statements of authorities, people could keep in mind without any book record. At that time the memory was so sharp that one could keep in his memory simply by once hearing from the spiritual master. There was no need of a written book to consult. And so 5,000 years ago, this book was recorded by Vyasadeva because he could understand that in future people will be born of so lower grade that it would be not possible to keep in memory without book record. So formerly these books were written in hand and palm leaves, and because there was no press or type, so if you wanted a book, you had to copy from others' book. That was the system. So the point is that 5,000 years ago, the things which were written for this age, how they are coming to be true in our experience. That is the point. How they could see past, present and future so nicely. The sages were known as Trikalabhya. Three means three. There is almost similarity. Three and three. Three is Sanskrit and three is English or Latin. But there is similarity. Trikalabhya. Three means three. And kala means time. Time is experienced by three ways: past, present and future. Time limitation, past, present, and whenever you speak of time, it is past, present or future. So the sages in those days were Trikalabhya. Trikalabhya means they could understand, they could know what was in the past, what there shall be in the future, and what is at present. Just like in the Bhagavad Gita, the Krishna says, "My dear Arjuna, you, me, I, and all these kings and soldiers who have assembled in this battlefield, they were all individuals, and we are still individuals, and in this past, in the future, we shall all remain individuals. The past, present and future." He explained. Another place Krishna says, "Vedaham samititani." Atitani means past. Vartamanani cha, and present. So, that is yogic power. One can know past, present and future. So, here Sukadeva Goswami is speaking about this Kali Yuga. The Kali Yuga means the fourth age. There are four different kinds of ages. Satyayug, Tretayug, Dwapar and Kali Yuga. Just like there are 6 seasons or 4 seasons in a year, similarly, in one day of Brahma, there are 100 cycles of 4 yugas. 4 yugas means 4,300,000 of years. It's very long. That is the duration of 4 yugas. Similarly, 1,000 yugas passes, then one day of Brahma finishes, 12 hours. It's a big calculation. Anyway, there are 4 yugas, the Satya Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga and Kali Yuga. So, in the previous chapter, some description of these yugas have been described. Now, here in this chapter, this is second chapter of 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Sukadeva Goswami is describing Tatascha anudinam dharma satya saucham chama daya kalena balinarajan nakhati ayud balam smriti. My dear king, Sukadeva Goswami was speaking to Maharaj Parikshit, who was emperor of this planet, Maharaj Parikshit, and he was cursed by a Brahmin that he should die within 7 days. So he was utilizing the 7 days by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. So he is explaining, my dear king, that as the days of Kali Yuga will make progress. Make progress means we have passed only 5,000 years of this Kali Yuga. The total duration of Kali Yuga is 432,000 of years. Out of that, we have passed only 5,000 of years. I think in the world history, there is nobody can place records of 5,000. At most, the historians can present a history of 3,000 years. That's all. So, the Kali Yuga has begun prehistoric age. And before that, what was there in the history, nobody can say, but in the Vedic literature, everything is there. You believe or not believe, that is different. Now here, Sukadeva Goswami says, Tatascha anudinam, anudinam means as the days will pass. Then, what will be the symptoms? Nakhati. Nakhati means gradually diminish, will diminish. What will diminish? Dharma, religiosity, satyam, truthfulness, saucham, cleanliness, chama, forgiveness, daya, mercifulness, ayu, duration of life, balam, strength, and smriti, memory. These 8 items. Just try to know. First thing is religiosity. As the age of Kali will make progress, people will become more and more irreligious. And they will become more and more liars. They will forget to speak what is true. Shaucham, cleanliness, that will also diminish. Cleanliness is required, but jhabhantarang suchi. If one is to advance, he has to clean himself. According to Vedic civilization, one has to take bath thrice daily. And it actually in India, in your country, I was also taking twice bath till I was attacked last year. So I thought that in this country twice taking bath is not possible, so I am taking once now. But in India, there are many gentlemen, high-class gentlemen. They take bath thrice, morning and before lunch and in the evening, especially the Brahmins. So cleanliness is next to godliness. To take bath, to evaporate daily, to wash the teeth, wash clothing, the cleanliness process. But as the days of this Kali Yuga will make progress, this system of hygienic cleanliness both inside and outside. Outside by taking bath, inside by becoming Krishna conscious. Two kinds of cleanliness. Simply if we take bath with soap outside and inside all rubbish things, and that is not cleanliness. Cleanliness means bhajjhabhantaram. Bhajya means outside, without. Abhantaram means inside. Unless you are clean, unless you are pure, how you can make advance to approach the Supreme? The Supreme is described as the purest. In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna says, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavam. My dear Krishna, you are the Supreme Lord, Brahman, and Pavitram Paramam, you are supreme, pure. There is no impurity. Impurity means material contact, and purity means spiritual life. So, this cleanliness, inside and outside, that will also decrease. Just know. First decreasing, you say, religiosity. People will become irreligious. And they will forget what is telling truth. They will be accustomed to speak lies. And shaucham, no cleanliness. And chama. Chama means forgive. Suppose I have done some wrong, but there is no forgiveness. Chama rupang tapassina. People is advised, especially those who are following penance and austerity, yogic principle, or devotion and life, they should learn to excuse. In our dealings, there are so many faulty dealings between ourselves. So if we take everything very seriously, then it is very difficult to lead. So, Kshama, but that Kshama means forgiveness will reduce. Nobody will forgive. Retaliation, vengeance, that will increase. The four items: religiosity, truthfulness, cleanliness, and forgiveness. Four. Then daya. Daya means mercy. What is daya? Who is, less strong, just like animals, birds, beasts. You should be very merciful, just like children. You should be very merciful to children. According to Vedic injunction, children, women, Brahmin, old men, and cow. How many? Children, women, Brahmin, cow, and what else? Old man. These five items, according to Manu Samhita or Hindu law, they are no offense. They are no offense. They cannot be criminally prosecuted or excused. If a Brahmin has committed some fault, or a woman has committed some fault, or a child has committed some fault, or a cow has transgressed the law, there is no punishment for it. Daya, they should be shown always much. They require protection, especially. These five items have been specially enjoined that they should be given protection. That is required in human civilization. Cow protection is very important. Woman's protection is very important. Brahmin's protection is very important. Children's protection is very important. Of course, nowadays there is protection for children, of course, from the state. But that is also artificial. There is killing process also. So many children in the home are killed. But according to Vedic civilization, they are greatest offense. So daya. Daya means you should show your mercifulness those who are weak. So this will reduce daya. And ayu, duration of life. Duration of life. In the Sattva-yuga, the duration of life was 100,000 of years. A man used to live for 100,000 of years. Then in the Treta-yuga, it reduced 10 times. They used to live for 10,000 years. Then in Dwapar-yuga, it reduced again 10 times. They used to live for 1,000 years. And now, in the Kali-yuga, the duration of life is prescribed as 100 years. But you see that it is reducing. Everyone may note it. Perhaps your grandfather lived for 100 years. Your father lived for 80 years. And nowadays, 60 or 70 years. Gradually, it will so reduce, we shall come to that statement, that if a man lives from 20 to 30 years, he will be considered a very grand old man. If he lives for 20 to 30 years, he will be considered, oh, you have got very good life. That will come gradually. This is the progressive age. progressive age for material civilization. We are proud of making advancement of our civilization, but these nice things are being reduced. That means you are advancing means reducing the nice things. This is advance. Ayu and smriti. Smriti means memory. So these 8 items will reduce gradually. You can keep it noted and you will see how they are being reduced, and we have already experienced Smriti. Then next description is Vittameva Kalonina Janmachara Gunodaya Dharma Naya Avasthayam Karanam Balamevahi. Another symptom is how a man is respectable. He says, Sukadeva Goswami says, Vittam eva kalonina. Vittam means money. If you have got money, somewhere or other, whatever you may be, you are very respected. Janmachara gunodaya. Formerly, a man was respectable by his birth, in a respectable family, and by his behavior. Just like a Brahmin. A Brahmin was respected because his behavior was so nice. He was truthful, he was clean, he was man of knowledge, he was faithful in scriptures, and so many qualifications. Therefore he was respected. So here it is said that janma, birth in a good family or bad family, or good behavior, janmachara and guna, quality. Suppose a man is a great philosopher, a great learned scholar, that is very good qualification. So these things will not be considered. That if a man is very learned scholar or coming of a very respectable family and has got all good qualities, that will be neglected. Another man, if he has all the bad qualities but he has got money, he is respected. He will be respected. This is the symptom of this age. And dharmannaya vyavasthayam karanam balamevahi. Dharma means suppose you have acted something irreligious. In every religion and every scripture there are many things, you do it and do not do it. So that is called following the religious principle. In every religion, either Hindu or Christian or Mohammedan, there are some rules and regulations. Just like in Mohammedan religion, drinking is greatest sin. And in Hindu religion, flesh eating, especially cow meat, is greatest sin. So these are religious principles. So, dharmannaya vyavasthaya. So there are some rules and regulations according to different types of religion. So how they will be settled? Karanam balamevahi. By might. If one has might is right, that might is right. There is no reason why you are doing against religious principles. If I ask, if you are powerful, stronger than me, you will say, yes, I can do that. What is that? What to you? What is that to you? The Balam. If anyone is powerful in power, or he can act against the rules and regulations of religious or scriptural things, nobody can protest. धर्मन्याय व्यवस्थां कारणं पदम दाम्पत्ये अभिरुचि हेतु न्यायैव मायैव व्यवहारिक दाम्पत्य दाम्पत्य means making husband and wife relations. Abhiruchi. Abhiruchi means liking. A boy likes another girl and the girl likes another boy. That's finished. Let them become husband and wife. Formally it was not this. Formally, according to Vedic civilization, there was no liking of the boy or the girl. The parents of the parents of the boy and the girl, they would see whether this combination will be happy. They will bring horoscope and calculate astronomically what is the symptoms of this boy, what is the symptoms of this girl, whether they will be peaceful in married life. They calculated, and the parents should see and what kind of family the girl is born and what kind of boy the family is born, so many things. If they do not agree, the parents of the girl and the boy, then there is no marriage. Still, in India, at least I was also married, and some of my children, they are also married. With this system, in India is still followed. The parents, they select the suitable boy and the suitable girl. The primary aim is that they may live very peacefully, and there may not be an unnecessarily disturbance in their family life. That was the aim. But in the Kali Yuga, it is said, Dampatya, a selection of husband and wife will depend on agreement. That's all. I like you, you like you. That's all. Finished. Dampatya abhiruchi hetu, abhiruchi. Because the boy likes the girl, and suppose the parents do not like, that will be cancelled. The girl likes, so that's it, that's all. The Dampatya, it is not only in your country, in every country, because the age is like that. Dampatya abhiruchi hetu, and mayeva vyavaharike. Maya means false dealing. Vyavaharik. Even in ordinary dealing, there will be cheating and faulty dealing, even in ordinary. Even you go to purchase something from a store, there is false dealing. Dampatya. Sthite pumste cha hi rati. And a sthite, a husband and wife, will agree so long they are sexually strong. That's all. Sthite pumste cha hi rati. Rati means sex. Formerly, it was not the system. The husband and wife combined together as life companion. Even the husband becomes diseased and penniless, the wife cannot give him up. Or he is my husband. Similarly, wife, either she becomes diseased or so many things. The husband and wife combined together for life. There is no question of divorce. There is no question of divorce. Even they do not like each other, even they do fight, there must be Whenever there are two men or women, there is individuality. Therefore Chanakya Pandit says, Dampate kalahe chaiva babharambe lagukriya. Whenever there is fight between husband and wife, it should be neglected. The formula of Chanakya Pandit is given like this. Ajayuddhe, when the goats are fighting, as it is very insignificant. If you understand that in the door two goats are fighting, you don't care for it. Is it? Goat fight. So Ajayuddhe, Muni Sraddhe, and some sages are performing Sraddha ceremony. Sraddha ceremony means after the death of one's father and mother, there is great ceremony, and the son spends lots of money. The father spends lots of money during the marriage ceremony of the boy and the girl, and the boy spends lots of money after the death of the father and mother. That is the system, Hindu system. So, Ajayuddhe Muni Sraddha. Muni Sraddha means the Muni is performing the Sraddha ceremony after the death of his father. Muni means he lives in the forest. They are mendicants. And what is the expenditure? Some flowers and fruits, that's all. So that is not very expensive. So in the forest, you haven't got to pay anything for flowers and fruits. You can get from the trees. Ajayuddhe Muni Sraddhe Prabhate Megudumbar. In the morning, if there is thundering sound in the cloud, you should know it will not rain. It will never rain. If that thundering may be very loud, but there will be no rain. That means you can neglect. As you can neglect the fight between two gods, as you can take not seriously the Sraddha ceremony of Muni, as you do not take very seriously the thundering sound of the cloud in the morning, similarly, Dampate kalahe chaiva. Similarly, whenever there is fight between husband and wife, you should take like that. Don't take it seriously. But as modern civilization, the husband and wife quarrel is taken so seriously that immediately they go to the court and there is filing of divorce and the combination, the married life dissolved, and both are unhappy. And this psychology is, as it is stated, I do not know, but probably it is right, that disagreement between husband and wife is due to sex difficulties. That's all. It is clearly stated here. Since either the husband or the wife, if there is not complete sex satisfaction, one of them must be very unhappy and disagreement and dissolution. Strikte pungste cha hi rati viprakte sutrameva. Viprakta means that this morning I was explaining Vipra. Who is Vipra? Vipra means one who has studied Veda 9 or one who has passed in the studies of Vedas. He is called Vipra. And before becoming a Vipra, there is sacred thread ceremony. Janmana Jayate Shudra. There are stages. Shudra, Dvija, Vipra and Brahmana. These four steps. One is born a Shudra. Sudra means the lowest class, almost animal. So anyone who is born of father and mother is accepted as Sudra. And Janmana Jayate Sudra. By birth, everyone is born a Sudra, the lower class. And Sanskarat Bhavedvija. And if that man, the boy or the child, is reformed by education, gradually, then he will, Sanskarat Bhavedvija, his second birth is there. So amongst the higher class, the Brahmin, the Kshatriya and the Vaishyas, especially amongst the Brahmins and Kshatriyas, the boys were trained very nicely. Very nice. So, by reformation, when the boy is mature, at the age of 12 years or 13 years, he goes automatically to a spiritual master. He automatically goes to a spiritual master for becoming initiated. Just like sometimes some students come to me also, family, get me. That is the process. When one understands the importance of spiritual life, that is the formation. So automatically he offers to a learned person to accept him as his disciple. That point is acceptance of a disciple is the second birth. It is called Dija. Di means second and Ja means Janma or life. So Sanskarat Bhavedvija. Dija and second life means reformation and acceptance of spiritual master. Then education, spiritual education begins. And what is that spiritual education? The Vedic literature, just like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Vedanta, there are many, and especially Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So, when one has educated himself sufficiently in the Vedic literature, he is called Vipra. And at that time, the spiritual master, or before that, before accepting him as a student for spiritual education, the disciple was given a badge which is called sacred thread. You have seen my sacred thread. So that sacred thread is offered. Well, one who has got the sacred thread is to be understood that he is twice born. His second birth is also there. First birth is from the father and mother, and second birth is from the spiritual master and Vedic literature. The spiritual master is the father and Vedic literature is the mother. Now here it is said that in the age of Kali, Vipratte Sutram eva. The sutra, this thread, is only 2 cent one. So, just to place oneself as born of a higher class, especially in India, that is now being done. One man can purchase a 2 cent worth this thread and put it on the. I come from a Brahmin family. Without any education, without any acceptance of spiritual master, without anything, simply by showing the thread that I have got this thread, he becomes a Brahmin or Vipra or some twice born. No. But this will be done in actually, these things are being done in India, especially because here, in your country, there is no sacred thread ceremony, but in India there is this division of Brahmins Kshatriya, Vaishya, then still the sacred thread ceremony is there. So in order to pose oneself as born of high family, one can simply purchase 2 cent worth of thread and put on his breast and he can introduce himself, oh, I am Brahmin. And nobody is going to inquire whether he is actually a Brahmin. As soon as one sees that sacred thread, oh, he is a Brahmin. So this is another symptom of Kali Yuga, that simply by 2 cent worth sacred thread, one becomes a Brahmin. Lingam eva asramabhyata ananda upapatti karanam. Lingam means symptom. According to Vedic literature, there are different races. A girl unmarried, her dress is different. A girl married, her dress is different. A girl widow, her dress is different. A girl prostitute, her dress is different. A man, sannyasi, his dress is different. A brahmachari, his dress is different. So, by the dress, one can understand that who is who. That is the system. So, that dress is offered by the spiritual master after qualified. Just like if a girl is married, then his dress is offered during the marriage ceremony. One of the symptoms of married girl is some red of the powder between the two divisions of the hair. So one can understand that this girl is married. So similarly, there are different dresses according to qualification, according to the situation. But in the Kali Yuga, that anyone can take any dress without any regulation or without any formality. Simply by dress. Suppose just like sannyasi, because a sannyasi has to dress himself in this saffron collar garment. So sannyasi has the privilege, if he goes to a householder's house, he is very respectfully received, and if he wants something, the householder gives him. That is the system. Now, if somebody sees that it is very cheap process of earning money, so let me dress in the saffron collar and beg from door to door, what is the use of laboring so hard? So that will go on. Misuse of dress. Misuse of dress. Lingam evam asramabhyat. Asrama, a grihastha. Asrama means there are 4 asramas. Brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha and sannyasi. They have got different dress, but they have got different duties also. But in the Kali Yuga, simply by dress, one should be known that either he is a sannyasi or a brahmachari or Abritya Nayadurbalam, I shall explain another one like that. Abritya Nayadurbalam Panditya Chapalam Vacha. If you have no money, then you cannot get justice. Formally, if somebody has done injustice to you, he could go in the open court, because the king used to sit in assembly, and any of the citizens could go there and put his complaint. My lord, I have been done so wrong by such and such. He puts complaint, and immediately the judgment is given. That was the system. Now, in the Kali Yuga, there is court. Suppose you have been insulted or you have been done wrong by somebody, if you want to go to court, immediately you have to find out first all the fees of the lawyer and the stamp fees and so many things. And if you have no money, there is no justice. If you have no money, then there is no justice. Therefore he says, Avritya Nyaya Durga. Nyaya means justice. And Durbala means weakness. Avritya means without money. Without money, you cannot get justice. And Pandite Chapalangavacha. Pandita means a learned scholar. If he can speak something without any reference of the scripture, it becomes simply what is called, exact English language I don't find, false propaganda. False propaganda. Simply if you can satisfy the mass people by false propaganda, then you will be accepted that you are very learned. Nobody will inquire whether he is learned according to the standard books, because nobody has got knowledge of the standard books. I may speak something without any reference to the standard book, but if I can convince you, if I can flatter you, then you will accept me. Just like so many propaganda is going on, that you can become a great yogi, at the same time you can indulge your senses, there is no restriction. People like, they like it, and so people are following them. So, but actually, if we refer to the standard books of yoga, it is very difficult. And that will not be spoken, because they will not like it. So everyone can manufacture in his own way and some cheap thing, and people will like. The Pandite Chapalangavacha. So these are the symptoms I will discuss it on lines 18. If you have got any questions. Yes. Vedas means from the beginning of creation. The Brahma, the first living creature, he was impregnated with Vedic knowledge by Krishna. That is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Tene Brahma Vida Adikavaye. Adikavaye means the first living creature, Brahma. In his heart, Vida. Vida means heart. Tene, impregnated Brahma. Brahma means Vedic knowledge. So, he was the first living creature. So, one may infer how he was educated in Vedic knowledge, because there was no other living being. So, therefore, it is stated, Tene Brahma Vida. Vida means from within. There is education from within and from without. From within, the super soul gives you education. Krishna gives you education. Not to everyone who is devotee. To him, the Lord speaks from within. And from without, the spiritual master. So, both ways, we are getting opportunity by learning Vedic knowledge. From without, from within. And if still we don't take advantage of it, then it is our misfortune. The spiritual master is considered to be outward expression of the super soul. His God is so kind that he is within, giving you education, provided you are prepared to hear him. And from without, he sends his representation. So both ways we are benefited. We have to take advantage of this opportunity. From without, we have got these books, the spiritual master, the saintly persons, so many friends, books, and from within, Krishna, the super soul. Tesam satadujuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadani buddhi tam jenamam upajantite. In the Bhagavad Gita you find. Tesam Satatayukta, those who are constantly engaged in Krishna consciousness. Satata means constant. Tesam Satatayukta engaged. How engaged? Bhajatam Priti Purvakam. Rendering service with faith and love. Only those persons who are in Krishna consciousness and rendering service with faith and love, to them only. Tesam Satatayuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam Dadami Buddhi Yoga. I give them Buddhi Yoga, the intelligence. What sort of intelligence? Dadami Buddhi Yoga. Jena Upajanti. Such intelligence, by which, by help of which, he can gradually come to my kingdom. That is there. So, from within, there is education. And from without, there is education. So, we have to take advantage of that. So, Veda, your question, Veda knowledge means from the beginning of the creation, unless this knowledge is there, how this creation can be conducted. So Brahma was made in charge of this universe and he was educated in Vedas. Therefore you will find that Brahma's picture, he has got Vedas in his hand. Have you seen? Brahma's picture, he has got Vedas. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, Tene Brahma Vida Adikave. Adikava means the original Lord and fact. And the disciplic succession comes from Brahma. Brahma was educated by Krishna, and from Brahma his disciple Narad, and Narad's disciple Vyas, his disciples Madhyacharya, in the Madhyacharya Lord Chaitanya in the line, and from Lord Chaitanya others in this way, the disciplic succession is coming directly from Krishna, and it is called Brahma Sampradaya. Brahma Sampradaya. So that knowledge, evam parampara prapam, as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, this knowledge is received by this disciplic succession. That is perfect knowledge. No adulteration. It's like if you receive water directly from the sky, it is pure water. And as soon as you take water either from sea or river, it is adulterated. Similarly, we have to receive knowledge direct from Krishna. So it is a great opportunity that Bhagavad Gita is directly imparted by Krishna. And if you accept Bhagavad Gita as it is, you are full of knowledge. There is no question of research or bothering your brain. But you take directly, immediately. We receive knowledge in that way. Or your mother gives the child education. My dear child, here is your father, here is your brother, here is your sister. And the child accepts it. He doesn't require to make research who is my father. The mother says, authority, here is your father. And that's it. Finished. Otherwise, respect research, who is my father? Are you my father? Are you my father? Are you my father? Where is father? The authority is father. Here is your father. Accept. There is no research. There is no trouble. And if you know, I want to find out my father by research, gone. Nonsense research. What research you can do? What knowledge you have got? Therefore, this knowledge is perfect. evam parampara. By this earthly succession from all. That knowledge. Our knowledge, most important. Just like we are studying the moon. Oh. So many scientists are engaged to study the moon. Every day we read something about moon. And in Bhagavad you see, that the moon is very cold planet. And that people drink somaras. And the other day I was reading in a paper, the temperature is 200 degrees less than zero. Just you can imagine how cold it is. So how you can go there? You cannot go to Canada because when it is below 0 degree, you are so unhappy. And it is, if we accept the statement of the scientist, it is 200 degrees below 0. So how you can go there? If you go at once, you die immediately. Similarly, the temperature of sun, so many degrees high, centigrade. So you have to remain. Therefore, we are called conditioned. You cannot go outside. You are conditioned. You may try, but you cannot go outside in that way. If you want to go other planet, then you have to prepare yourself. That is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Janti divabrata devan pitrim janti pitrim prataha bhute ja janti bhutani madhyaji napi janti ma. That those who are desire of going to the heavenly planet, moon is also considered one of the heavenly planets. Or they can worship the particular demigod. There, you want to go to the sun planet, you worship the sun god, the moon god, and at the expiry of this body, then directly go there. Janti Devapratane, Pitrinja, if you want to go to the Pitri Lok, you can go there. If you want to remain here, you can remain here. And even if you want to go to the planet where Krishna lives, you can go there. Janti Madhyajino Bhima. And those who are my devotees, they come to me, my planet. So that is, we have described in our book, Easy Journey to Other Planets. So you cannot go immediately. You have to make arrangement for it. That is not possible. That you have discovered something, Sputnik, by